How many have played Faure Elegie?
What?
Faure Elegie? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just one?
Wait, how does it sound like?
You'll recognize it.
I feel like I played it, but most likely not. Or maybe I listened to it.
you've played this
Yeah, I've played this
before.
before. It just
How did you memorize that?
Before we run out of time, they're just the main. I know you hear stuff from me all the time, but the main playing critique is thinking about different speeds, ways to vary the vibrato, because it sounds very much the same a lot of the time. You want to, but a word about memorization, guys, because you named that word too, and that's exactly what was on my mind. When you memorize something, when you perform something from memory, it's a completely different experience, not just for you, but for the listener.
I agree.
Both.
I agree.
It's coming from some other part of your brain.
It's more personal too.
When you're here, you're using your eye part of the brain. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know which part that is.
Your eye part of the brain.
But it's different than when it's just, coming from your musical memory. You've got that musical line running, the tape or the recording in your head, and it's coming out directly with just you in between. It's a different experience, and I just witnessed it again. Yesterday we were doing a performance with symphony, and there was a concerto competition winner, a young woman who was playing the first movement of Elgar. And in the rehearsal, she was nervous, and she was doing it from memory, but she had a couple slips, and so she freaked out, and in the performance decided to have the music there, and her eyes were glued to the music, and it was nowhere near the same. The beauty of what she had done when the music was not in front of her was a different, so the audience never got to hear her the way I heard her the first time, which was so sad, because obviously she plays it very differently. So anyway.
I think when you actually have the music in front of you, sometimes you get a little uncomfortable when you notice that you're not playing what's on the page, and when you're playing it from memory, you can play it the way you want.
Yes.
Which is, it's still the same piece, but then you play it.
Yes.
you make it your own.
It's like sometimes
You really
less,
do. Yes.
less nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
if you know it.
No. Yes. I know it takes a lot of understanding, not just hours of trying to remember that the D comes after the C. It's not that, but and it's very hard in something like a Rachmaninoff sonata where you've got these lapses in between. You really have to memorize the piano part too. So it's very hard to do on that kind of a piece, which is why there's a little more. But sonata performers, I see them. Sometimes they'll memorize a section of the piece. And then maybe for the other thing where the piano's busy, then they're looking at the music, it's there. But then they're off it when they're doing the part where, so you might want to consider that when it's, your time to do that. Anyway, that's I really wanted to get that message to you about the value of it. It's not just for the exercise, it's really, it makes a different piece. Okay, better let them in. Yeah.
I like.
Okay.
Is it called whole tone? At the beginning, I like that sound.
Oh yeah.
Like a full tone. But is it called whole tone?
Like a full.
Yeah, full, just like full.